Hey guys, so welcome to the podcast. Today we're going to be talking about where to start a bookkeeping business. Now, the challenge that I see a lot of people make is that a lot of people's expectations of what's going to happen is very, very drastically different than the outcome that actually occurs, right? Because in most cases, what's going to happen is that most people think they're going to start the business, and then the kind of old adage of if you build it, they will come is going to occur. Now, and then they think they're going to get overwhelmed by all the demand. That very rarely happens. Now, when I think of the if you build it, they will come, it never talks about how fast they're going to come. That adage never talks about that. So does that mean they're going to come in a day? I mean, they're going to come from a month? I mean, they're going to come from a year, right? 2 years, 3 years, right? So okay, so maybe that's true, but it's just what is the time frame with which you're trying to expect a return? It's not going to be overnight in most cases. Now, the only exception of that is if you are working with someone that already has the ability to grow and move you faster. Or you have some sort of experience doing a similar type of marketing and sales process in the past, like for maybe work sales for a company, right? Usually, in terms of who gets the most success, and also if you haven't joined our mentorship program, I just invite you to go ahead and join the mentorship program. It's just one of the fastest ways for you to grow. The two types of people that succeed the fastest in my mentorship program are the people that have sales skills or people that have one or two accounting clients already. You don't need a lot of clients. If you have one or two, it makes your progress so much faster because there's a lot of different things that had to occur in order for you to get your first two clients. Oftentimes what happens is when you're talking in your first two clients, you would have had to speak to 3 or 5 or 10 people who said no to you. So there's a very strategic way you can go back to those people and get them to actually reconsider working with you, get on the phone, maybe even pay you a higher price point now that you know what you're doing. A good example, this is our student Jordan. So before he joined our program, he basically tried to get this guy to pay $30,000 for a cleanup. It was a e-commerce company doing really good revenue, needed a cleanup, 3 years of cleanup. So he tried to do $30,000. The guy said no, because he basically said why are you charging this much? And the student Jordan couldn't articulate why. So when he joined our program, the first thing we did was look through all the people that ever told him no, right? We put them on a list. Based on that, we said, okay, so this is our action plan to get them back on the phone, how to get them to understand why our quote is reasonable, and how to get people to move forward with us. So we basically just put the person, lid on the list, built up our action plan. Actually, Jordan underpriced it. The price quote should have been $40,000. When we went back to him, we went and we basically did $40,000. We were able to support our work, basically show our work what they say in elementary school. How do you show your math work? By giving the numbers, giving the figures, giving a reason why it should be this price. And the guy said yes without hesitation. Okay, but again, most people, and this is a giant rookie mistake, think you're going to just drastically grow your business without going either through paying someone to help you out or without going to the school of hard knocks, right? It doesn't happen. You either do one or the other. You either pay with your time or you pay with your money. Now, most people, when they pay with their time, they don't understand that when you pay with time, it comes with frustration, disappointment, and fear. So it's why is this person not working with me? What do I need to do to go and succeed? Why is no one working with me, right? That's the school of hard knocks. Now, if you're not willing to go to the school of hard knocks, or if you have capital built up, it doesn't make sense to go to the school of hard knocks. It makes sense to go and invest in something that you can actually go and do to grow your business. Now, that's the biggest thing. Now, yes, here's one misconception people have as well. Is yes, the business is very, very easy once it is running. Once you have the clients and they're sticking with you and they're working with you, it's a breeze, okay? The client work is not very hard. For me, if a $500 per month client, on average, they're going to take me between 1 to maybe 3 hours a month. maybe, right? So it's just you just do it, and it's just it's very, very simple, right? So let's say that you have, what's $5,000 a month? You have 10 clients that are paying $500. That's nothing. That's 10 hours a month worth of work. And that depends if you can also do client meetings as well. You can do a bi-weekly meeting or once a month weekly. It just kind of depends, on kind of your communication style and what you really enjoy and how you actually communicating with your clients, right? I operate in waves. So it's there's certain weeks where it's I want to talk to everybody. There's other weeks where I want to talk to nobody. You know what I mean? So it's just really kind of balancing yourself, balancing an understanding of you, your personality, and type of client you have, right? But that even kind of goes to the, so I forgot to shout out our student Student Spotlight of the Week. Nick got 3 calls booked this week. He just joined probably about like a week and a half ago, so 3 calls booked is really good. I'm looking to see how, I think one of them he gave a price proposal, it was like $1,000 a month to give the proposal to, so we're waiting to hear back to see how that actually goes. So awesome for him. Congratulations. Now, next thing, the business lesson on top of this is, if the rookie mistake is thinking you're going to get this giant influx of people, the business lesson and the more intermediate version of this is understanding that consistency will lead to success. So I'll give you a very tangible example. This podcast is something that we just started probably about 2 weeks ago, right? And we're just filming episodes. So we're kind of in the, it's almost like filling up the Grand Canyon with videos and content. So when someone sees it, they can kind of rewatch it and watch the next one, and kind of fall in love with our brand, right? But I think for the podcast so far in the last 2 weeks, we've only had 100 views total. So like some of these videos will get 5 views, some will get 3 views, right? But that's completely normal. That's how my last channel was, where it's like the first time you get like 1 view a video, 2 views a video, maybe 0 views a video, and then just keep launching more and more. And then people start watching over time. But it's like, if you think in terms of if you build it, they will come. If you're expecting everything to happen like in a week and get overwhelmed, like it's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? Like we make a significant amount of money from our main YouTube channel, right? And it's just like, if I would have quit in the first like month when it, didn't give me a return the first month the last time we did this, I would never have had such a really strong like asset source that is just in my business, right? So it's just the same thing as that. You just got to be consistent. You just got to keep doing it. And like, even if you're doing the right things, like even doing the right things is kind of a weird thing, because it's not an immediate result. If you notice, Nick got 3 consultation calls in 1.5 weeks, right? When it starts working, it starts compounding on itself. So pretty soon he might have like 4 consultation calls or 5 consultation calls a week. Then out of those calls, he might close like 2 to 3 out of 4 calls, right? So like it starts compounding, but it's not like, it's just slow. It's like nothing, boom. Nothing, boom. And it's just like you have to kind of dig that foundation so you're able to kind of reap the reward when it comes. That's the biggest thing. Right. And I was telling all my students now, it's like you really need to have about, in order to get to about 15K per month, you need to have about 150 people that are basically saying they're interested in your services but just have not pulled the trigger. Like that's a very consistent stat I see across all of my students that are at like 15 to like 20 grand per month. If you don't quite want that much, then just shoot for like maybe like 50 to like 80 people that are interested but just haven't signed up. Like that's a really solid number for most people. Okay? Cool. So if you want some help doing this, like maybe you've just been looking at some of our videos, or maybe there's like a better path out there, and if you had more of a process, you'd be able to reach your goals a lot faster, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, so you can really start finding that process. You can really start understanding like what we do to help people go and succeed, and see if it's a good fit for you, right? Because I mean, at this rate that you're going, like most people start a business because they want freedom. But when you're starting a business, you don't know what you're doing. You don't have any freedom, right? And then you're still at your job. Your job is kind of probably sucking a little bit of energy out of you, right? It's just you don't really have a lot of time to do things to enjoy. If you want to really start having those things where it's like you can enjoy your time again, you can be able to go on those vacations, you can be able to go and like spend time with your kids. Like maybe you just want to be able to like go to your kid's baseball game, right? And like maybe like work always like keeps you there until like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. And your kid's game starts at 4:30, 5 o'clock, right? If you want to be able to go and like really escape that grind and be able to like spend the time with your family to kind of show them that you love them, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above or below the video, to book a call with myself to see if I can help you inside of our mentorship program, okay? I will talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy.